Hi, it's Lindsay from the Lindsay Smith Group. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of my Tuesday morning market update. It's my opportunity every week to cover Oshawa, Whitby, and Clarington real estate news. What I thought I'd do this week is kind of do a recap from the first of the year up to now to show you kind of the changes and do a little forecast for what next spring is going to be like. I guess my first question is this: what would you do with an extra $30,000 to $35,000? One thing you could do is you could buy a 37-foot powerboat. Another thing you could do is there's a 1990 Rolls-Royce Silver Spur that's for sale that you could buy. Or you know what? Take a look at this photograph here. You could stay at this place. It's $35,000 for a week. The reason that I'm using the $30,000 to $35,000 with these beautiful little things that I just showed you pictures of is because if you go back to January of this year, so January of 2018, the average detached home in Oshawa sold for $541,000. By March, it had moved up to $560,000. April, it was $567,000. So we saw the values increase dramatically in the spring. Interesting is this: by the end of September, it had dropped to $529,000. From January to September, we dropped $12,000 in value. From March to September, we dropped $31,000 in value. So what you can see is that the spring market, typically the values increase and then they start to slide back off. This has been the last 2 years in a row. If you are planning on getting your house sold, I'd love to do the opportunity to sit down. Before I've said I'd love to be your second opinion, honestly, I'd like to be your first opinion, to come in and show you in the fall what it's going to be like in the springtime, so you can get your planning in order to say, if I'm going to sell in 2019, how am I going to maximize the most money? I'd love to sit down and have a chat with you. If you're curious, I can be reached at 905 area code 743-5555, or you can catch me at the email address at the bottom of the screen. I just want to wish Oshawa, Whitby, and Clarington a week with no rain and actually beautiful fall weather. Have a great week.